Hi all, welcome back again. I'm going to do another quick one colour, one tone. This time it's a neutral tint. It's like a grey, but I never use it. But for things like this, saying I never use it in one of my landscape paintings, but for tonal studies like this, it's ideal. I don't use it. I've got old tubes of paints from years ago, but they're still okay, they're still usable, but I don't use them. But they're just blacks, greys. They're brilliant for doing little tonal things. Just going to do a quick landscape. It's I don't know what it is. I'll just have it's sort of based on painting I did the other week, and that's my drawing done. I'm going to try something. I never do this. I never wet the sky first before I do a painting. Never do it. I just go straight in normally. So this is new to me, this. But I'm just going to use clean water. The only reason I'm going to leave the sky white. But what I'm going to do, I'll just squeeze some neutral tint out, which is there. I think that was sepia the other day I used. But I'm just going to use that colour alone. And at the very end, when everything's dry, I'll just put some white bits in it. So, you can see that colour I'm mixing, it's just, because that water's from there, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the sky, and that'll just paint itself. Leave that like that. And I think I did this on the other one. Leave a gap. Little white mark there. This brush is probably a bit small. I use old brushes as well. So this is a brush I never use. I might start using this. I quite like the feel of it. And go thicker as you come towards us. Just same paint, neutral tint. Neutral tint. Clean water. And I think I called it a mountain or something. It was a bit flat along the top. I wanted to kind of do this very quickly, but it's going to take time to dry, obviously. So I'll just my old calligraphy brushes. Just get a bit of variation in these strips that are coming off the brush. Leave them. Where these white bits, some dark. These are the good help for any painting you do. Tone's better than colour. I don't know who said it, might have been, I don't know. Tone does all the work and colour takes all the credit, which is, it's true, I suppose. I always get asked what colours you use, and I use 3 or 4. This one I'm fiddling now, because I could do with Thursday drying. But while it is, you can put little statements in. Just want to break this foreground up a bit. Some tissues. I do this on a normal painting as well. Normal painting, this is a normal painting. Paint with it. Some light coming through. Flowers, fingers. A bit wet here. Just want that bit to dry and then we're not far off. For some reason this video only lasts about 20 minutes on this camera, so I'm going to have to get done by then. That's my excuse, so I'm sticking to it. Oh, it's still dry, I should have an air dryer. What I might do is get an old tatty brush and oops. I'll do thick paint and there's a nice big tree. Give it some branches. That's it. Well, that's still wet. Put one over there somewhere. So this will still be a bit wet, this, so it'll fade into that background. That's not one there. I want to put some livestock down there. I'm probably a bit early for this. Patient. But that's dry. I haven't touched that sky. So I'll point on this. Put it in there, I'll move it. I'm way out of me pencil lines. Doesn't matter one bit. I'll see what sort of mark that makes, won't it? And we can sort of join that into the tree, bush, whatever it is. Still using the one colour. And then use some white bits, windows. And if the quicker you paint, you leave little gaps. This is a rough surface paper. So, don't go back and fill them in. We come down to here. And now we can do some negative painting now. So you're painting round objects. Some fences. I think that's a bit too dark there. Sort of the same tone. So I'll just put some white in it. Either that's too, this is too dark or that's too light. That's better, a bit of light there. Just darken. This might run into the foreground, it doesn't matter. What I might do now is darker there, and then this water, clean water then, will come running into that dark, and with the gravity, hopefully, it will provide some nice images. See, if I put a sky on that now, it'd all blend into one. You wouldn't be able to see the contrast. I'll need it now, I think. Just seen something. A little sort of reflection, shadow. Down there somewhere. Stronger. And then little bits. That looks a bit too contrived, that. Fingers. I'll pull a bit of that out because that's what I want me cattle to go. And I'm basically now just padding, I think you call it. Wait for that to dry so I can put some cattle in. So they need to be sharp edges. I want this running a bit more. Probably took too much time. That might be better. Yeah, but still with it being dark, it'll still dry a lot lighter. I just want that bit to be dry. I'm nearly done. Bits in. Yeah, I think it needs to be that sort of dry white. So we'll go over it again. This will just add to the drying time, but just happy who's bothered. So like now I'll come down to it and I won't touch this again, so that can stay wet. Just want where I am now roughly. Forget about stuff like that. Just want some figurative work there. Just a waiting game. But I want to do all this video in one hit. Ah, I thought I'd do. I'll give that house a little mate. Right, as I did on the other video, I've lost my paint. God, I'm only using one tube of paint, I've lost it. Open. Where is it? Well, there's nothing else, it's adding to a bit of drying time. Oh well, I've got some thick paint, I think. I hope so. Give that little uh-oh, I need some paint. House mate. Get it like that. Oops, I'm still wet. I'm going to have to find this paint, I've run out. Anybody watching this seen this tube of paint anyway? Yeah. Oh, good job I don't swear. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know. Ah, I've got you. I'll put it with my other bits. There we go. Same paint, same tube. I'll just sharpen them up a bit. Quite like that broken edge there though. Little bits of suggestion. Little bits of figurative stuff. And now, all that's required, well not all, that mid-tone at the back, I'm going to leave that for the, just do cow in 3 different bits. But when it seems white on the cow, the only white I'm going to put in is the highlights. The white bit on the chest I'm going to leave as that background. And if you, hopefully this is dry. Ish. So there's the back end of the beast. Leave that bit there and just give him a little neck. Give him a little ear. As I do on that, I think I did this on the other one. And just bits. And that I've just done marks there, I don't know if you can see it, I'll focus in a bit. Marks for the cattle. Some sort of reflection. Shadow, should I say. I normally put one main cow or sheep or whatever. Right, I was sort of lying before when I said I'm going to use one. Ooh. That's me, the other thing I'm going to use. My white gouache. And all I'm going to use this for is highlights, especially on the cow. I go straight into my tube. This brush might be a bit small. And I might put a bit there and just get my finger. No, that didn't work. Just left it with the light on across the top. If we get in trouble now. Going back in and messing about with it. Don't. See what I said I was going to do before, which I just ignored myself. Just little bits of highlights on the. So it's a similar sort of what I did before. And when I've got this white, a few specks. Don't overdo this as I'm doing, probably. Would be put there. Just to emphasise that. I'm messing about again. Well, this is on the back of an old painting or an old sample sheet or something. Sample sheet where I just trying out different colours and mixes and things. I don't do that anymore. I just wing it. As it going on, I see bits. Well, that could have some. That trunk. Oops. Thing like that. Yeah, just a little exercise again. I'm looking at things now. I don't know. I'll focus in on it. I'll just do a little tonal exercise using one colour on the back of an old painting. Just have a go again. See you all. Bye.